Yeah, these questions here are kind of tough because they're involved and it's hard to sometimes know how to proceed, how to start. So I use an analogy to explain this to students when I teach it in class. Let's talk about how you change a tire. Right? This is going to seem kind of hokey maybe, but let's just really boil this down to two simple steps just to show you kind of how this works. The first thing you do is you turn the lug nuts counterclockwise. Alright, you turn them to the left, lefty loosey, righty tighty. Alright, so you turn the lug nuts counterclockwise, and then two, you remove the tire. Alright. Now when you're ready to put the tire back on, you don't put the lug nuts on first, right? But sometimes in math class people try to do that. They try to find some reason to do that, right? So if we're going to undo something, we need to take this step, come down here, and the opposite of remove the tire is put the tire on. So we put our new tire on. And then you do the opposite of the step that was done before that. So you do your steps in reverse order and you do the opposite action at the same time. So we do lug nuts clockwise, right? And that'll put your tire back on, right? So let's do that same approach. They're asking us to solve for t. Alright, so I'm going to make the same kind of a list. So let's look up here at t. What's going on with t? There's t right there. The first thing, if we knew what the value of t was and q was and a was, to find the value, the first thing you do is multiply t times q, right? The first thing that's happening to t is it's multiplied by q. Right? Then after we multiply t by q, we add q, right? And then that's how we get a. So on the right hand side where t is, the things that are happening to t is we multiply by q and then we add q. So we're going to undo that in reverse order. So the opposite of add q is subtract q. Then the opposite of multiply by q is divide by q. And when you write these steps out like this, it tells you exactly what to do to both sides of the equation. Alright, so we have the equation a equals qt plus q. And once you do this, you start getting more automated with it. So the first thing I need to do, according to my list around here, is subtract q. So subtract q from both sides. Alright, so that cancels out and I have a minus q on the left hand side equals qt. Alright, so now the next thing on my list, step 2, is divide by q. Alright, so I'm going to divide by q here. And I'm going to divide all of this, the whole a minus q, times q by q. So then q over q is 1. So it cancels. So now we have t by itself on the right hand side. So a minus q over q equals t, or you can swap the sides that they're on, right? T equals a minus q over q. This process works for pretty much any problem out there, even the really complicated ones. When I teach Math 98 in class, I work a problem that's really crazy, and I show students that it's like 4 or 5 steps to get the letter we want, and this process always works. So if you get stuck on another one, just let me know, and we can try to walk through that as well.